conjure in your mind, a place where the rules of reality bend and shadows whisper secrets of the unknown. A doorway stands ajar, and beyond it lies a realm where the ordinary twists into the extraordinary. Prepare to step into Enigmatorium. Michael Harris is about to take a journey we all must take, though few ever recognize the cost. Some fares are paid in coin, others in flesh, but the true price of admission isn't always clear. Once you step aboard, the tracks are set, the destination unknown. The road up ahead leads to Enigmatorium.
Wing and a Char. The train station was nearly empty, save for the occasional flickering light and the low murmur of an unseen announcement system. At the ticket booth, the attendant slid Michael's ticket across the counter with an odd hesitation, their eyes lingering on him for a fraction too long before looking away. The night air was thick with an uneasy stillness as the last call for train 717 echoed through the platform. Michael Harris ran, briefcase in one hand, ticket in the other. Ahead, a passenger hurried toward the train, glancing nervously over their shoulder as if they knew something Michael didn't. Somewhere in the distance, a sharp caw echoed, layered with a faint, metallic scrape like talons dragging across steel. He wasn't late, not yet, but something in the air made him feel as though time was slipping faster than it should. The train doors remained open, waiting for him. As he stepped forward, crossing the threshold, the doors slammed shut with unnatural force. Michael's tie, his expensive silk tie, was caught between them. He yelped, fumbling to loosen it, but the knot only tightened. He turned toward the conductor's window, ready to pound on the glass. But the train operator didn't move, didn't acknowledge him, just sat there, facing forward, hands steady on the controls. The conductor, normally the one checking tickets and walking the aisles, was nowhere to be seen. Then the train began to move. Michael stumbled, struggling against the pull of his trapped tie, his feet skidding against the floor. His briefcase fell, bouncing along the platform before disappearing into the dark. The train picked up speed. The cold wind cut against his face. He clawed at his tie, trying to rip it free, but the doors held it tight. Inside, the passengers sat as normal. Some adjusted their coats, others checked their watches. A man folded his newspaper with precise care. A woman tapped her nails idly on the window. No one reacted to Michael's struggle. Then he heard it, a sound above the rattling tracks, a sharp caw. He turned his head just in time to see what looked like a massive black bird, its wings cutting through the night air as it plummeted toward him. Michael screamed, "Birds don't attack like this. This isn't real. It can't be real." Its talons sank into his shoulder. He twisted, slamming into a pillar with a crack. His arm hung limp, then gone, ripped free as he grabbed the creature in desperation. His vision blurred, his body wrenched sideways. But in the chaos, his free hand found something solid, feathers, sinew. With the last of his strength, he gripped the creature and ripped. A piercing shriek, something tore away, and then darkness. The train screeched to a stop. The doors slid open. The passengers stepped out onto the empty platform, silent as before. No one spoke. No one looked around. They simply departed. A man tucked his pocket watch back into his coat. A woman adjusted her hat. A few muttered about the chill in the air. Michael was gone. Not a trace. Nothing except What had looked like a massive black bird before was now perched on the very front of the train, like a grotesque hood ornament. Up close, something about it was wrong. Its feathers looked too rigid, their edges almost sharp. It sat unnervingly still, talons gripping the metal as if it had always belonged there. Dangling from its beak, a severed arm. The sleeve of a fine suit still clung to the limb. A wristwatch ticking steadily on the motionless wrist. The passengers did not react. They did not stop. One passenger adjusted their coat, subtly hiding a limp. Another glanced at their wrist, their watch missing its band. They walked past it as if it were nothing more than a piece of old luggage someone had left behind. The air was thick with an unfamiliar smell. Something charred. A soft, slow crackling filled the silence. Just beneath the hum of the train, one of the passengers, a woman in a dark coat, glanced toward the far end of the platform and saw him, Michael Harris, sitting beside an overturned metal trash bin, flames licking a charred birdwing. Michael let out a single dazed laugh, a short, broken sound. Then he mumbled to himself,
"I lost my arm. The bird lost its wing. Tit for tat."
The passengers walked past him, their faces unreadable. Then, just as the last one passed, a man made eye contact with Michael. A slight nod. Then, he lifted his sleeve, revealing a missing hand. Just a smooth stump where flesh should have been. He whispered, "We all pay the fare." Michael shrugged, almost amused.
"What's fair is fair."
Then Michael slowly wiped his mouth with the only arm he had left, and with a casual smile he looked up and said,
"You guys hungry?"
Michael Harris didn't just board a train, he stepped onto a path traveled by many before him. A ride where choice is an illusion, where the toll is always exacted, and where those who arrive aren't always the same as those who departed. Was it fate? Was it a cycle that can't be broken? Or do we all board this train eventually, unaware that the whistle has already called our name? Another tale, another ticket punched. Right here on Enigmatorium. You've been listening at the edge of the Enigmatorium. No sponsors, no intrusions, only the voice behind the veil. To help keep the portal open, leave your offering at the gate. You'll find it at Ko-Fi. A link is provided in the show notes. ko-fi.com/enigmatorium.